Successful CSR and successful sustainability programs are all about making sense as a business and also really bringing people along on the journey.
I mean, for me, it's all about changing the story of the way the world works and the way that we interact within it. I think the current story we're told that the world is competitive, that business is somehow isolated or independent of society, that it's driven by profit, and actually what we want to do is flipping that around and changing that narrative of saying this is cooperative, it's interdependent, and it's about purpose. And I think the quote that really burns through for me from today is like, profit is the reward you get from serving society. And I think we need to remember that that is a narrative by which business could, should, and must operate.
So the biggest CSR challenges that business face right now, I think those are undoubtedly actually the two issues the public has got the most concern on, and that is tax avoidance and executive remuneration. And year after year the public say these are the two issues that they want to see progress on, and year after year we see these big stories about chief executives paid millions in failing businesses and businesses that are avoiding tax year on end. They're the two things people need to get a grip with.
I think the biggest sustainability challenge is changing the way that people think about how much power and influence they have about our collective future. I think so many people think, oh, it's just little old me, or what I do on this one day won't really make any difference. And it's like we're killing the earth with 6,000 billion cuts, just all of our little poor, suboptimal choices day after day after day and year after year. And what we need to do really is to get people to understand that every tiny little bit counts.
So I think the urban challenge, our cities across the world are facing rapid urbanisation. They are the first to face the impacts of climate change. We need to put a lot of focus into solving these problems within our cities of congestion, pollution, and the real impacts of climate change that are affecting us today.
In terms of the biggest CSR breakthroughs we've seen in recent years, I think it's the rise of the social enterprise, a business that puts social mission front and centre in its purpose. And those businesses are the ones who are now leading fair trade, fair tax and low carbon economies. Start small, many of them, or as spin-offs out of the public sector, but very quickly are getting to scale. I mean, something like 70,000 social enterprises now in the United Kingdom on a conservative estimate. You're talking like 20 billion at least, between 20 and 50 billion contribution to the economy, employment between 1 and 2 million people. They are where the action is right now, and they're the people who give us hope and optimism for raising the bar. And I know that a number of them are actually potential award winners, the CSR award, which is great to see as well.
So in terms of big sustainability or CSR breakthroughs, I think we've been through several different phases. We went through the ideas around managing environmental footprint, and increasingly I think where the cutting edge excitement is around innovative business models, actually bringing your employees and customers into your existing business model, but also your brain print, the cultural influence and the message that you put out into the world. And so I think the ideas around business initiatives like Net Positive, where businesses are actually saying we're not just going to be minimising our bad, we want to be an enhancing, restorative company. We actually want to leave the world better than we found it. We've got to tend the garden and make it more beautiful. And so I think it's not about minimising those risks, it's about maximising those opportunities for improvement and benefit, and that's where the real cutting edge is.
I was really delighted to be invited to get involved with the CSR Awards, because I think sometimes when you're in the sustainability domain, it can all feel a bit overwhelming and depressing because you feel like you're trying so hard and mostly getting nowhere. So I think it's really important that we celebrate the successes and the companies and the projects and the people who are really doing something to make a difference, because we all need that acknowledgement and that encouragement.
It's a great idea. It enables businesses to share great ideas, to see good practices, and it's also hosted in the most sustainable building in the world. So it's a great showcase for the awards.